The story of Dracula is one that intertwines history and myth, a narrative that has captivated audiences for centuries and continues to inspire countless adaptations and interpretations. At its core lies the figure of Vlad the Impaler, a 15th century prince of Wallachia, who is often cited as the historical inspiration for Bram Stoker's iconic character. Vlad III, known as Vlad Dracula, was a ruler notorious for his brutal tactics and his penchant for impaling his enemies. His reign was marked by a fierce desire to defend his territory against the Ottoman Empire, and his methods were as shocking as they were effective. Vlad's moniker, Dracula, translates to Son of the Dragon, a title derived from his father, Vlad II, who was a member of the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order dedicated to combating the Ottoman threat. The legend of Dracula begins with the real-life tales of Vlad's cruelty. He is said to have impaled thousands of his foes, leaving their bodies on display as a warning to others. This gruesome practice earned him a fearsome reputation, and while some viewed him as a tyrant, others saw him as a national hero, a defender of his homeland. However, it is essential to differentiate between the man and the myth. The historical Vlad was not a vampire, nor did he possess supernatural abilities. Instead, the vampire legend began to take shape in the 18th century, drawing upon local folklore and superstitions about the undead. Eastern European cultures were rife with tales of the strigoi, restless spirits of the dead, who would rise from their graves to drain the life from the living. These stories were often rooted in attempts to explain disease, death, and the unexplained phenomena of the time. Bram Stoker's 1897 novel, Dracula, played a pivotal role in cementing the myth of Dracula in popular culture. Stoker drew inspiration from various sources, including the historical accounts of Vlad, but he also infused his narrative with elements of Gothic horror and Victorian anxieties. In his novel, Dracula is portrayed as a charismatic yet sinister figure, a creature of the night who possesses the power to seduce and manipulate. This portrayal diverges sharply from the historical Vlad, transforming him into a symbol of fear and desire, a reflection of the darker aspects of human nature. The character of Count Dracula embodies the clash between the old world and the modern era, a theme that resonates throughout the novel. As the story unfolds, Dracula's pursuit of Mina Harker and his encounters with Professor Van Helsing and the other protagonists highlight the struggle between civilization and barbarism. The vampire mythos serves as an allegory for the fears of the unknown, the threat of foreign influence, and the anxieties surrounding sexuality and morality in a rapidly changing society. As the myth evolved, it absorbed various cultural influences, leading to a plethora of interpretations. From the silent film adaptations of the early 20th century to the campy horror flicks of the 1970s and the romanticized portrayals in modern media, Dracula has become a versatile figure, adaptable to the changing tastes and fears of society. Each retelling adds layers to the myth, reflecting contemporary issues, whether they be the fear of the outsider, the exploration of taboo desires, or the battle between good and evil. In conclusion, the true story of Dracula is a complex tapestry woven from historical events and cultural folklore. Vlad the Impaler's brutal legacy laid the groundwork for the myth, but it is the imaginative interpretations that have allowed the character to endure and evolve. Dracula transcends his origins, becoming a symbol of humanity's darkest fears and desires, a reminder that the line between reality and myth is often blurred, and that our fascination with the supernatural continues to thrive. Like and subscribe for more content on true crime and the paranormal.